It is one of the top 10 causes of deaths worldwide and the world's deadliest infectious disease. In the past 200 years, it has killed more than 1 billion people, more than malaria, HIV and Aids, influenza, cholera, and the plague combined. In ancient Greece, it was called Phthisis, Phthisis in ancient Rome, and Schachepeth in ancient Hebrew. It was also called the White Plague, and the captain of all these men of death, before being given its official name, Tuberculosis, or TB for short. Numbers are less drastic than they used to be, but still 10 million people in 2017 fell ill with it, and 1.6 million people died from it, including 230,000 children. That is over 4,000 humans every day. TB still exists, and drug resistance is a continued threat. So what is it? How does it work? And what is being done to combat the disease? Two billion people, or 1/4 of the population of the world, has TB in latent form. This means they have been infected with it but are not ill with the disease and cannot transmit it. A person infected with TB has a 5 to 15% chance of it turning active and getting ill with it in their lifetime. People have a much higher risk of getting ill if they have a compromised immune system, those with malnutrition, diabetes, or HIV, for example. Children, pregnant women, and the elderly also are at a higher risk. So what is it? TB is a disease caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This bacterium primarily infects the lungs, but it can also spread to other organs. A person with active TB in their lungs can spread germs through the air when they cough, sneeze, or spit. Just a few germs are enough to infect a person. If you inhaled the bacteria by another person, it travels down to the lungs, where it will begin to multiply. Your body's defense system will engage, engulf, and transport the bacteria to lymph nodes and try to kill or neutralize the bacteria. Most healthy people will kill the bacteria and have no symptoms afterwards. If your defense system can't kill the bacteria but contains it, this is when it is classed as latent. If the bacteria overwhelm the defense in the lungs and it is not contained, this will then be classed as active and you will become ill. Even in the latent state, the bacteria are dormant and can activate and spread in months or even years later. Having a low immune system, as mentioned before, heightens the risk. This is especially true in young children who do not have a fully developed immune system or people with HIV. Typical symptoms of someone infected are a persistent cough lasting more than 3 weeks, blood when coughing, a high temperature, night sweats, weight loss, loss of appetite, swelling in the neck. If you or anyone you know coughs up blood or has any of these symptoms for 3 weeks or more, you should see a doctor as soon as possible. There are areas known as the 30 high-burden areas where it is most common. 87% of new cases in 2017 occurred in these countries, and 2/3 of these were from 8 countries alone. These are India, China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, and South Africa. Overall, 95% of cases and deaths are in developing countries. The vast majority of TB cases can be cured when medicines are available and administered properly. Infants in countries with high infection rates are often given the Bacillus Calmette-Guerin vaccine, or BCG, but generally because of underfunding, many infants are not, and many adults go undiagnosed with TB until it is too late. Without proper treatment, 45% of people who get TB will die, and nearly all of those who are HIV positive will die. Smoking also significantly increases the risk of getting infected and dying from it. 8% of cases worldwide are connected to smoking. When diagnosed, the standard course of treatment is 6 months of 4 antimicrobial drugs, which is normally enough to cure the patient fully. From 2000 to 2017, an estimated 54 million humans were diagnosed, treated, and saved from TB. Drug-resistant strains of TB are rising, and in 2017, approximately 558,000 new cases with resistance to rifampicin, the most effective first-line drug. 85% of people resistant to this drug were also resistant to the common alternatives. There are limited resources to the second line of treatment, which can require 2 years of chemotherapy and medicines that are expensive, toxic, and not always readily available. Many cases have even more severe resistance to drugs, leaving them no further treatment options at all. It is estimated that $3.5 billion are needed per year to fill the resource gap for implementing even the existing TB interventions. Research is ongoing to find new ways to treat drug-resistant TB, and a few promising drugs are starting to emerge, but more research and development is needed. Some companies doing this development can be found in the description. Volunteers are often the front line in helping, and more are needed to diagnose and administer drugs that help save lives all over the world. Awareness is also important. The more people know of the symptoms and how to react, the higher chance of lives being saved. Watching and sharing videos like this, following and supporting charities and organizations that are on the ground, helping humans overcome the deadliest infectious disease in the world, and also are trying to hold individual countries' governments accountable. If you have any thoughts on this video and the topic of TB, please let us know below. And if you appreciate videos raising awareness for human causes like this, please subscribe for more.